Want some money?
Hello, welcome to Jess Bet. I'm Jess, and this is not Jenny. Jenny will be back next week, hopefully. Jenny, please call me. You haven't returned my calls. All right, so last week, underdogs went 12-4 against the spread. Pretty good week for underdogs, if you ask me. Highlighted by the fact that the Packers pretty much didn't show up against the Saints. So what do you have to say for yourself?
They totally shit the bed. That was probably the worst performance I've seen since
It was great.
the NFC Championship game. There's no way in hell I see the Packers losing.
But you were so sure they were going to win, so I don't understand.
I did. I honestly, this is the craziest part, is I think I want Mike Pettin back as a defensive coordinator, which is absurd to say. I mean, Joe Barry is just, that was terrible. Rodgers was pathetic. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Yeah, so great job, Packers. Hope to see that again this week. So for results for Jess Bets, Matt went 3-2,
That's
Jenny
right.
went 3-2, and I went 2-3. So it's week one. Long season ahead of us. All right, so this week, let's start with the Packers. What do you think is going to happen? They are minus 11 versus the Lions.
See, for me, that's a ton of points. The Lions play hard with, Dan Campbell is the coach.
Yeah,
Knee pads,
they want to win
man.
for him too.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, and they came back from the 49ers, but I do expect the Packers to bounce back. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. So I think they bounce back pretty well. But you know what? The 11 points is way too much for me just because of that back door that I was talking about.
That's what she said.
Kudos. And then, so I'm going to go with the over 48.5 here. I just think the points scored is...
Yeah, I mean, the Packers don't seem to have much of a defense, so that's
Yeah.
pretty doable in my mind.
Not good.
All right, I'm taking Lions plus 11. I agree. I think 11 points is a ton of points, but I don't know. The Packers just didn't impress me until they do. Maybe I'll bet for them. I don't know. All right, speaking of bounce back weeks, we're going to the Bills at Miami. So obviously the Bills lost last week to Ben, probably because we made fun of him too much on the show.
It's true.
Obviously he watched. So yeah, we got Bills versus Miami. Bills are 3.5 point favorites. What do you think?
So for me here, I think Josh Allen bounces back. He played okay, had a fumble. But again, I don't want to touch the points here. I think the Miami Dolphins defense is legit, like they were last year. So I'm going to go with the under 48 here.
I'm touching all the points in this game. I'm going Bills minus 3.5. So if you think if Josh Allen, messes up or doesn't play well, you think we're going to see Mitch?
Probably not.
Probably not week 2?
No way. Yeah, definitely not. I would hope not.
I would hope for both Bills fans' sake that they never have to see Mitch play a game.
Yeah.
All right, so we have New Orleans at Carolina. I know that New Orleans, you're probably not their biggest fan because of what they did to your Packers, but
okay.
I loved what I saw out of Jameis. I thought he looked great. I know it's the Packers, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, the NFC North is now the NFC East of this year. So, New Orleans minus 3.5. Over under there is 44.5 points. Are you taking a spread?
You know what? I am. I'm going to take a spread here. I know. Call the cops. I'm going to take the Panthers plus 3.5. Winston only threw I think it was like 20 passes or something like that.
He didn't really need to do much, honestly.
Exactly. No, literally, I swear to God, I think we could have got the kids down the block to play against the Packers defense last week.
Maybe next week, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to take the plus 3.5. I think that, the Panthers at home, I don't know what their crowd's like whatsoever, but they got Christian McCaffrey.
Wait, didn't you see the artificial panther that ran through the crowd?
I did not see that.
You didn't?
No,
but
now that's for sure plus 3.5. Take that.
Yeah, it was insane. I thought it was real. It might have been real. I'm taking Saints minus 3.5. I think they look good. I think their offense has some good rhythm to it. So I think that, they can pull this off and start the season a nice 2-0. All right, now we have Ravens at Chiefs. Chiefs are minus 3.5. So Chiefs played well against Cleveland. I mean, it wasn't like the Chiefs as we know them, in my opinion, but maybe it's because the Browns might be good this year. I don't know. But they did win. They did not cover, so thanks a lot, Chiefs.
Hit the over.
Yeah, they hit the over. I mean, I like that in every one of their games. It's like over for Chiefs, under for Bears. Let's go. All right, so who are you taking?
I'm going to go with Chiefs -3, 3.5 here.
3.5.
Because just based off of last year, I just feel like, the Ravens, they play that covered zero. At least, I'm trying to sound smart just because the Manning said it.
That was really informational.
Yeah, that was an awesome broadcast. I'm definitely going to watch that feed for the Packers-Lions.
Wait, are they going to be on every Sunday?
Yep,
Oh,
just every Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I hope they have good guests again. I mean, I like Charles Barkley, obviously. I'm his biggest fan. Ray Lewis, he can go murder other people.
Yeah, he murdered someone, so.
Yeah, and then who else? Russell Wilson was good.
Yeah, he was good.
And Travis Kelce, did you see how he didn't even know what team he was playing this week? It was
crazy.
great.
That's just how good he is.
Yes. So shout out to the Mannings. I know they're going to watch. Biggest fans of Jess Bet. Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Chiefs -3.5. The Ravens looked a little bit iffy on Monday Night Football. They almost won. They definitely did not, though. So maybe next time. And then I don't know. I'm just on the Chiefs all year. I like them. Okay, now it's time for a nice new segment I have that I made up today called Debbie's Depression Corner. This is the time when we talk about the Bears. Sarah, can you play some sad music for this segment? Thank you. Alright, so the Bears are -2.5, so that means they're favorites against the Bengals. That tells you probably how bad the Bengals are because the Bears looked terrible last week. I mean, I don't know if you saw, everyone was tweeting out the routes that Allen Robinson ran and none of them passed the 10-yard marker. Like, it was terrible. Like, what kind of offensive game plan is that? I just do not understand, and I barely even know anything about football. I just know that, like, you're supposed to throw the ball probably farther than 10 yards.
Yeah, I would think so.
To get touchdowns. So, shout out to Matt Nagy. Chicago hates you, but we love Justin Fields, so anytime you want to play him, we're here for it. At least he got a touchdown. Alright, so yeah, Bears -2.5 against the Bengals. You got Joe Burrow, you got Andy Dalton. I mean, what do you think?
So I can't believe we haven't even discussed this. It's the Red Rocket revenge game against the Bengals.
Yeah.
Or as Jenny would call it, dog boner.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't want to touch this game. Some guy I think today threw $300K on the Bengals, which I believe moved the line down to the 2.5. So I'm actually going to take the over here just because I really think the Bears defense is truly this bad.
Yeah.
And then I also just like Joe Burrow, and I also think, think about it. They scored 14 points last game, so that's basically all they got to do. Even though they were doing those 10-yard passes, it was working. They were going up and down the field a little bit. They just were getting murdered on the blown coverage defensively. So
they were getting murdered on every single thing. Like There was a joke. Matthew Stafford's like, "Oh, I missed the NFC North."
Yeah.
I'm taking the Bengals +2.5. I just have to. I just don't think that the Bears really have it in them to even win yet this early in the season. So I think and then if you look at the rest of their schedule, they're not going to win a game. Really, this is probably their only chance to win a game within the next 5 or 6 games. So yeah, I'm here for it, and I'll watch every minute of it. So, all right. Anything else, Matt?
Other than I think we should tell our viewers about Jenny where she's at right now.
So Jenny is in, if you saw last episode, she's in Florida, or she was in Florida. So she did make it on Tom Brady's boat. No big deal. So we hope to have an exclusive interview that she had with Tom Brady and Gronk on next week, live on Jess Bet.
So everyone's got to watch.
Tune in next week, or whenever Jenny comes back and answers my phone calls. All right, bye.